And hi, what it do, yes. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Sleepy Idol. I'm your girl Jazz. What? I'm your girl Shay.
I'm Jay.
We're switching. It's opposite day today, and we are, we're here. Welcome to the Sleepy Idol, a little bar on 34th and Crenshaw, where you can sit back, relax, and talk K-pop with your besties. Jazz, how are you doing this lovely evening?
My legs hurt.
Exercising? You're hitting the gym?
Yes, and I don't want to ever go back. My legs hurt so badly.
Wait, don't you have a trainer?
Yeah.
Was it a training session?
Oh,
I was gonna say, was it a training session, or you just went by yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh. If I went to the gym by myself, I'd come back more refreshed than before, because I probably would have done that.
Do a couple texts in the bathroom. Honestly, I'm the exact opposite. I feel like I would feel too intimidated with a trainer, like somebody expecting me to do stuff, because I just kind of lackadaisically milling around the gym, and then when I find energy doing what I need to do. But having a trainer seems super intense.
It's intense, but it's at least it makes you do what you're supposed to do.
That's true. If
I were to just go around the gym, I'd be treadmill and then home. And I wouldn't even run. I'd be maybe I'd run for a little bit to be let me try. But then after that, it would be a walk, and I'm watching a TV show. That's what I used to do at work.
Listen, that's valid. The new T I saw on TikTok or whatever is inclined walking. That's what everyone does now.
That's what I usually do.
Yeah.
I usually try to make it at least a little bit harder. It's I'm a little bit of struggle, but I'm not really sweating. My legs might hurt a little more.
Yeah, it hurts. I don't know if there's a technique to it, but I've tried it, and it's if I go over a couple minutes, my back starts to hurt, and I don't know if it's because I'm 50, because I'm a senior citizen. I'm not sure if that plays into the whole thing at all, but yeah, my back really, really hurts. But yeah, well, you can have a rest day then, right? You every Sunday or something, you have a rest day one for people who work out hardcore, Jazz with your trainer. You usually have a trainer. That is intense. That is another level to me. Having a trainer.
It's basically the same as you going to the gym. I feel you go to the gym more than I go twice a week, and I have a trainer, but I don't go any more than that. And then I'll walk on my own, but that's it.
I mean, walking is good exercise. Did you see that girl on TikTok who went viral because she said that she walks 3 to 5 hours a day?
A day?
Yeah. She calls it her hot girl walk.
Do stuff on the walk, or she just pick up stuff?
Well, to be fair, she lives in New York, so it's it is with the intention of walking around, but she'll stop to get food, or stop to sightsee and stuff like that. But yeah, it's 3 to 5 hours a day. It's 1 million steps, 3 million calories or whatever. And I'm but that's all she does. That's the only exercise she does. And she's yeah, it's and I'm just okay, well, I don't
work. I feel I don't have to.
She's
set time.
Yeah, she's a student. It seems she wakes up really early and then covers most of the ground, so she's done by 1 or whatever. But she's a student, but she's also super, super busy, because she's a student and she has a startup she's working on and blah blah blah. So I was kind of confused how she factors it in, but I'm maybe she's only doing a couple of classes this semester, because yeah, that sounded insane. Yeah.
I admitted that.
Yeah, honestly. But what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Sleepy Idol. As I mentioned before, of course, we have to start with, what are y'all drinking on? Jazz, what are you drinking this lovely night? And chat, what are you drinking? Same. I tried to make it cool. Hey, yeah.
No one puts
Keg stand.
a red Solo cup, and then it's just water.
I just have a lot. There was a event at my house where we had red Solo cups a week ago. So, but I felt like a Cohen. I can't. I really can't. The last time I drank a hard liquor, my head hurt. I'm too old. I'm sorry. I'm hanging up my hot girl, party girl, whatever. I just...
It wasn't the type of hard liquor you were drinking? Because I know that if I drink tequila, I get a headache.
I think
I think like vodka.
I think it's just anything too hard. Like, and plus I have like a really low tolerance. So it's just like, I don't even know how to pace myself at this point anymore. So I'm old, y'all. This is actually like Theraflu. Let's see. Oh wait, we're actually having fun drinks. Andy says drinking an Arnold Palmer. That's what, lemonade and iced tea?
That's Arnold.
Oh, okay. A very, very delectable drink. So enjoy your Arnold Schwarzenegger. Leanne says H2O. Tips to that. H2O gang.
Bottle. I don't know what's wrong with my bottle, but it's like slanted.
Like the text on the water bottle?
No, the bottle. Like the bottom's like messed up. I don't know.
It's like poisoned.
Leaning.
Somebody's poisoning you. Andre says, I'm having Sprite with my lasagna dinner. I don't know why, but I find that such an interesting combo. Like, it's so specific. One Sprite with a lasagna entree, please. Like, I don't know why that's so specific. Zyomon says, just eating a protein bar. Ooh, what brand of protein bar? I'm very partial to Cliff bars. That's a protein bar, right? Or
I had a feeling. That's the only one I know.
Me too. I know Cliff and Power Crunch. I liked that for a while. I was on my...
I think I've seen Power Crunch. My mom used to get the Cliff bars a lot from Costco, so I used to eat that in like high school.
They're really good, but they've gotten really expensive. It's like $3 for one now, so I'm just like, I don't even bother. You're basically granola. Bye. You don't need to cost as much. But yeah. Hi, Candace. Candace says, hello, I just got off of work and I miss a lot. Hey, well, we just got started, so you actually came out a perfect time. But I hope you're having a good day. I hope work wasn't too stressful. And I think we're actually going to take the time. It's called Pure Protein. Tastes so good. I've never heard of that one. Pure Protein. Have you heard of that one? Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I do know the Pure Protein drink. Yeah, but yes, let's jump right into it now. Y'all, don't say that I don't switch it up on this podcast, okay? Because for the first story, we're going into some streamer Minecraft news. Y'all didn't see that coming. Don't act like you saw it coming. With talking about Dream face reveal. Now, did y'all hear this story? This has nothing to do with K-pop. I'm not even going to pretend. But I want to know how many of you have heard this story in the wildness. I know me and you, Jazz, we talked about it a little.
I feel like we've had two different experiences getting.
Oh yeah.
I was so oblivious, I feel like, to what was really happening. I think I got like, I don't know, sheltered. And I heard it early, I feel like. I saw it early. I saw everything early, but it just...
I think I just have a negative timeline. Like...
No. I think, like, it's a normal timeline, because I feel like after you said what happened, I was, like, seeing it from all the other creators that, like, react to things, to drama, and I was like, what the... So this is a real thing. This is a real problem.
I mean, I will say, I think he set him... I don't want to be mean, but I feel like he set himself up a bit. But for those of you who don't know who this random white man on the screen is, so there's this Minecraft creator named Dream, and essentially I think he blew up back like early pandemic 2020, and he blew up with these Minecraft videos. All Gen Z was eating it up, and he basically created this like empire where he makes these Minecraft videos with a bunch of other guys, and people really love him. He's masked. I think he has over 30 million subscribers on his YouTube channel. You know, he streams to like 5-digit numbers of people when he's live on Twitch. It's insane. So his whole thing was that he was like a character in the sense that he never showed his face. If you look to the left side of the screen, you'll see that little mask. He basically presented himself as like this white, like basically that mask in like a cartoon styled like thing. So like nobody knew his face, nobody knew what he looked like, but despite that he was able to get like a huge following. So what happened is that earlier this week he started teasing, actually I think it was at the end of December, he teased that he would be doing a face reveal, and like, you know, it's real, like he's actually going to show his face. So people got really hyped because people have been trying to like go behind the scenes and dig up who he is, his real identity. And so I was like, what is this, a K-pop release? Because he literally had teasers for his face reveal, in that there's multiple videos that were posted of different big creators like Addison Rae, Bella Porch, Hassan Piker, like a bunch of different streamers, content creators, TikTokers reacting to him revealing his face to them. So it'd be like a video where he calls them, obviously their phone is facing them and not like the camera, and then he would reveal himself to them for the first time, and they would like give their reaction. So like, you know, some of them were like, oh my god, like shocked, blah blah, but it basically was hyping up his face, like making it a big deal. So lo and behold, he posts a premiered video on YouTube, and it was actually pretty insane because this video premiered to over 1 million live viewers on YouTube. Like, this guy's a huge deal. And you know, he showed his face to his fan base, and he, you know, this is a screen clip from the video. He looks like that. So what should have been like because I'm literally like that. I'm neutral. Okay, that sounded shitty, but I promise you I'm very neutral about this, I promise. So what should have been like a, oh my god, he's revealing his face, this is so crazy, and I'm sure that many of his diehard fans, that was the reaction. Like, they're like, yes, king, your cheekbones, give us curly hair, goodness. Like, they were probably getting their life. But unfortunately, Twitter lit that ass on fire. So I was introduced to this because of the hashtag that started trending shortly after this video was released. With that the hashtag was "put the mask back on." Another hashtag that was trending following the release of this video and his face reveal was literally "he's ugly." And if you went in the hashtags, it was just a bunch of people comparing his face to the likes of Shane Dawson, and other like cartoon characters. He got compared to the troll face, like that rage troll face, just like a bunch of like big chinned characters and things like that. And people were basically saying he was ugly, and he, like, not only that he was ugly, but like ferociously hideous was the reaction I saw. Now there was, I'm not going to say everyone was like that, because there was a lot of pushback to it where people were like, well, listen, he's not an Adonis, but he's not ugly, he just looks like some guy, like he just looks like a regular ass guy. While other people are like, I mean, did you expect him to look like Brad Pitt? Like, what do you mean? But many people, like, you know, were pointing out that they felt that he set himself up because he basically hyped it up, and if he was going to hype it up, then people expected a Brad Pitt, a Michael B. Jordan to be behind the mask or something. Imagine if he was like black. A Michael B. Jordan. Oh my god.
Yeah, he was white. He was like fully black.
Bet you didn't.
Like magic.
But yeah, so a lot of people were like, well, you should have hyped it up if you weren't going to come out here looking like, I don't know, Robert Downey Jr. in the 90s. Like, so...
I mean, that's a compliment. Oh, come on. I love Robert Downey.
Oh, no, I meant that as a compliment. Like, I'm saying, if you weren't about to look as fine as Robert Downey Jr. in the 90s, then why were you hyping up?
He currently looks like that. I was like, whoa, you're amazing in high praises.
I stand tree! So,
yeah. I mean, I can kind of see it in the eyes, maybe, but I mean, like, I wouldn't go that far.
So my question is, I don't want to like say, do you think he's ugly or not? Because that's literally insane. But what?
She wants to put the poll up. Just do it.
Imagine. No, I'm not gonna do that because, like, okay, really, what would you, okay, I have a lot of questions. If you were in Dream's shoes and this was the reaction, what would you do? Because a lot of people are making jokes. Kpop's husband is also another popular YouTuber and streamer who also is very popular despite not showing his face. And people are like, because of this reaction, we ain't never seen Kpop's face. Because he probably doesn't want to get the same smoke Mr. Dream got. And so, but what was your reaction to everyone calling him butt ugly?
I was confused. Especially because I only saw the YouTube comments and was like, oh, they think he's cute. Like, that's fine. And I moved on with my night. I think I went to sleep. And then the next day you're like telling me, oh my gosh, did you see this? They're like dragging him and calling him ugly. I was like, what the? I mean, he looks fine to me. I was like, he's just a guy. He might be awkward on camera right now, but that's because he's like not a camera person. Mm-hmm. So, and he even said it in the video that he posted. Mm-hmm. And he was just like, I'm gonna have to get used to that, like, because he was like trying to point at something and he was doing the wrong thing. But I was like, it's whatever. He's a guy.
I love when people say that because it's like not shady. Like, being not hot is not an insult. You know what I mean? Or not to say I'm sure people find him attractive, but just being average is not an insult. Most people on earth are average, hence the word average. But it's just so funny to people be like, well, y'all are doing too much because he's not ugly. He's just some guy. Like, it's like people aren't saying he's handsome, they're like, he's just some guy. And I do agree. Like, I was really surprised to see so many people viscerally being like, when I saw that videos, my eyes disintegrated inside of the corneas. Like, literally, I will never have vision again because this ugly man has bestowed his hideousness on. Like, I was like, oh my god, the internet is cruel. Now, do you think any of this particular visceral reaction has to do with I'm just gonna say it, his popularity, the fact that like his fans are very, very protected. I mean, he's literally like the stream BTS. Like, I would say I've never, like, his fan base around him is insane, extremely protective, hypes up everything he does. So do you think it was like, let's take him down a notch type thing? That's why everyone was like, ah, my eyes.
I guess, yeah. Because, I don't know. I don't know why else it would be that they reacted this way. It's just because he's popular. And this is the first time you're seeing his face, so it's like, oh, this is our chance to like drop him down. Like, this is the only time.
Oh,
the
God.
other times it was always hidden.
That's really sad. Now, my question is, as much as I thought the response was too much, and I don't think it was deserved, and I think people were doing too much, why do you think he decided to reveal his like, if it was you, if you could put yourself in his shoes and you were able to amass this huge following whilst being faceless, so you have all the riches, the popularity, the creativity, the financial security of being a popular YouTube creator, but you could still go to Walgreens in your tank top and ripped up Converse and sweatpants with your hair undone, and nobody would know the wise visor that you're this huge creator. Why do you think he would do this face reveal? And would you ever want to do that if, you know, again, you were in his situation where you were already famous, essentially?
I mean, he already went over why he did it, because he wanted to like do more content with his friends, because they were moving it like not a content house.
Oh no!
Like it's like I think 3 or 4 of them. It seemed like. I don't remember. Minecraft people. So. Like, I get that, especially if you want, like, you want to, like, hang out with your friends, you don't want it to be awkward, you just want to live your life. It's probably, like, just show my face. Like, I don't understand. Like, other people are doing it. They're living life that's fine.
I guess that's true. I'm just, like, for me, I'm like, is it worth the, sacrificing your anonymity and a lot of your privacy because of that? To be able to like,
I feel like I'd have to get to his point of popularity, because I feel like once you've like done all of this and you've just been anonymous, like maybe it gets monotonous to just be like hidden behind like a curtain for so many years. I don't know. Like maybe I would just get bored and I'd just be like, I want to do other things.
Yeah.
I can't because my truth is hidden. So what do I do now? Do I just quit streaming because I don't want to do just streaming? Like, what do I do? So.
That's true. Like a lot of his Minecraft friends and like that friend group, they like, you know, go to cons, have meet and greets and stuff like that, and he can't do that because he can't, you know, show his face. And I also imagine that it might be at one point hard to try to protect your identity at some point as you get bigger. But I don't know, it's just that, especially because he's that big, I'm like, oh god, like you won't be able to go anywhere anymore. Like that's a big decision like to make. I don't know, it's just really
it's probably scary.
Yeah, which just adds insult to injury that on top of that everyone was like, you look like Shane Dawson and also some troll from some video game or whatever. Like I would have been like, oh god, like
I mean, didn't you said that he like got revealed earlier?
Oh yeah,
game, right? And he was just like he was heavier, and he was like, "Oh, that's not me." Like
yeah,
and then now he's like lost weight, and I guess he's more fit. I don't really know.
Yeah,
but I imagine being that you were so scared. Like when you're at your heaviest or whatever, and you were scared of that. Being at your fittest and like people dragging you for this, it's like, well, I already know I'm like, I lost the weight, I'm fine. Like, I don't know. I would think he's like, you guys are just being dramatic now. Like, I lose the weight, you're still dragging me. I have weight, you're dragging me.
That's
so
true.
Like, you just don't like me. It's okay.
Yeah, and I'm sure, like, because I haven't looked, but I don't think he's made a statement about like some of the more negative reactions to it. So I'm sure his like fans are encompassing him with like, oh my god, like, you know, Chris Hemsworth found dead, you know, that kind of thing. I mean,
shame on them if they're doing that.
Listen,
they're all doing that. Some of them, like, some can, because some of them might feel that way, but like if there's a whole bunch of them just like saying that, come on, you know who like I look like Callie. I do not. I don't. I like it's not gonna happen. What? But if someone said it, I'd be like, yeah, great.
Listen, everybody is somebody else's podcast boyfriend, so maybe to them, that's their type.
There's not that many.
Oh god, let me jump in the chat real quick. Zalman says, I'm still waiting for the corpse husband reveal, and you can keep waiting because I don't think that young man is interested, because particularly I definitely do think Dream has fans that are like, oh my god, like I love Dream, but like corpse husband's fans 100% like are sexually attracted to him, if that makes sense. So he literally has, like, there's just no way, like, he could be the hottest person on earth and he still would not satisfy the picture that people have of in their head of him.
I feel like you'd have to look exactly like the drawing that he always puts.
Exactly.
If he doesn't look like that, he might lose some people.
Yeah, definitely.
It sucks. Because it's like, why would you expect him to look exactly like that?
Like a picture.
You don't know what he looks like.
Yeah.
He's a drawing.
Cool. Imagine he's just a drawing and that's why he's not showing his face, because he doesn't want to.
I have blow in the wind. Like, literally, no three-dimensional. I just can't.
He should get a VTuber. That's what I thought Dream should do. Just get a VTuber so people can. No, but I did see that Dream actually got. Some people were throwing shade because I think it was when he did his interview with Anthony Padilla or whatever. His hair is like blonde. Like the thing that they had standing in for him is like blonde, and apparently he's been depicted with blonde hair and blue eyes. So people are like, okay, what is even going on here? Like, what the word?
How did they? So they saw blonde hair, and then they were just like, blue eyes.
Yeah, probably.
That's it.
Dutch descent. It's like, what are y'all saying?
That's your own fault. You're connecting things that, like, what? You only had the blonde hair. Just stick with that.
That's so true. People are a mess. Royally Princess says, it's so ironic because if he was walking down the street, nobody would think twice. But people are mean for no reason. He's not ugly. That's a great point. If he was just walking down the street, I'd be like, oh, some guy. And I wouldn't give him a second look, but I wouldn't start projectile vomiting like it seems like some people would be doing. Oh, God. Leanne says, if I was Dream and I saw the extent to how much the negative reaction became, I would erase my whole internet presence and you would never hear from me again. Cause yes, that's one period. Absolutely not.
He had that people were just gonna drag him.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, he's definitely not adverse to negativity. He's gotten into some scandals in the past, especially involving his fan base. So he probably... Oh, but maybe he was like, people are going to think I'm so hot. Yes!
That's the way he was... I'm sorry. He was so awkward. He was so awkward. And I feel like he had to have known. He had to have looked at that and was like, I don't think this is going to be their selling point. But in the future, I will have it. Once he gets used to it, for all you know, people might be calling him hot because they'll be like, wait a minute, he has different angles. He does know how to move over to the other side.
Stop! He was giving, I don't know if y'all saw the video, but like, he was giving Ariana Grande, I only show one side of the face because this is the good side. He was posed up. He was like, this is my good side, and y'all ain't seeing shit else. But it was like awkward because you could tell that's what he's doing. So it was like, oh, he must be very insecure, which then made it just weird. But I felt bad because of that. But yeah, oh my God, it's really, oh God. How about nobody on Twitch is seeing my face? I'd keep the mask on. Yeah, just stream with the mask. Stream with the mask.
That's also annoying. I mean, Marshmallow does it.
Oh yeah, but I think he revealed himself. He revealed his. Yeah, I remember somebody and people were like, "Oh, he's hot." Yeah, he took the mask off like once. To me, he's just some guy, but people were saying that he was hot. Yeah. All right, so that was our streamer news of the week, y'all. Again, don't say I don't switch it up on the podcast. Don't say we don't switch it up because I just gave you some internet news. All right, speaking of internet news, this is not really internet news. I personally think so. You know how we retired V and Jenny last week? I think we're gonna have to retire this story because I'm tired of these vague ass updates, not really updates. You know, if you read between the lines, you can see something that are happening, and that of course is the BTS enlistment news part 89. All right, the girls keep playing with BTS in that enlistment. I feel like they're really dangling in front of them like a carrot and a stick, and an army too. And they're just, they're playing on our faces at this point. So if you guys have not heard, and again, this is a vague ass, nothing ass announcement, low key, but I guess it's something. So I thought we should talk about it. So we did mention it before, but that just in case you guys don't know, BTS is getting to that age where they're all going to have to do their mandatory Korean army enlistment, military enlistment. And so it's been debated probably since what was the first time they got, honestly, the dawn of time. Probably when maybe the first time they started to get Grammy buzz, maybe the Billboard award. I'm not even sure at this point, but it's been some years since the debate whether BTS should have to enlist in the army or they should get exempt because of the extreme heights of success and pushing the Hallyu and Korean wave out to different countries and things like that because of their impact, whether that should allow them to be exempt. Like, for example, athletes who win Olympic gold can get exempt. So basically people are like, they should make something like that for BTS. So this has been hotly debated. Back in, I don't even know what year it was, while they didn't get full exemption, they did get an extension where they're allowed to wait till they're 30 while other men have to go by 28. So right now we're kind of beating the buzzer because Jin has to, who's the oldest member, born in 1992, so I think he's 29 right now. He has to enlist by essentially, I believe it's the end of the year, at least early next year, because I think his birthday is December. So this decision as to whether they are going to get exempt needs to be made ASAP because one of them is about to get their ass in the army. So we did get a small update when on October 5th, Minister Park Bo-kyun of the Ministry of Culture, Sports, and Tourism attended the National Assembly's parliamentary inspection of the administration and announced that the issue of BTS's military service will be decided by December this year. Minister Park stated, member Jin's enlistment is set to be sorted out by December, but the Ministry of Culture, Sports, and Tourism will finalize our stance as soon as possible. He added, we are comprehensively reviewing the issue by looking at various aspects, including points that national events is sacred duty, military service is a symbol of fairness, BTS has made Korea known as the vanguard of K-culture and has created a huge economic ripple effect. There are equity issues between popular artists, including BTS, and those who practice fine arts. This will affect the group when one of the BTS members joins the army. There are results of public opinion analysis and opinions of men in their 20s and so on. So apparently there's an amendment to the Military Service Act that has been, I guess, pending. And if it's passed, the BTS members will be exempt from military service obligations. So I don't know if this really leans towards whether they're actually going to, and if he is hinting at they're going to give them exemption or not. But I do think it's interesting that he kind of gave a rundown of everything they're considering. And I feel like this has been discussed a lot, but for him to be I know that's on one hand, being in the military is sacred. On the other hand, they're huge and they've made a huge economic impact. On one hand, people might think it's unfair because why is it BTS? On another hand, there are pianists and stuff like that who have the opportunity to get exempt if they do really well in their field. And of course, one of the things that people really do come back to are specifically Korean men in their 20s who have to enlist. What do they think about it? So basically at this point, do y'all think that, again, they're playing in our face, or there's actually a chance that BTS will be enlisted or exempt? Jazz? No. You don't? Wait, you said no?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like they've been like ruminating on it for so long. Like if they were gonna say no, I feel like they would have said no a while ago, you know?
Yeah.
Like
why just send them? I'm tired of it. Just send it. And like, what is? I'm just so confused of what would the amendment be? Just BTS doesn't have to go. The end. Because like, I'm confused. I'm like, it has to be realistic.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because I remember before, I don't know if it was said that a Grammy, like, nomination or winning a Grammy or something like that could be, like, a requirement or something, and then a lot of people that were like, that's really weird to have another country's award show dictate that kind of thing. But now that this guy in his statement mentioned economic impact, maybe it will be like you have to have your economic impact analyzed by, like, you know, professional analysts and experts and financial experts in the field, and if you reach a certain threshold, you know, maybe they'll like literally be like, okay, we're crunching the numbers because we know that people are going to get really mad. But then again, what would be the cutoff? Because there's a lot of groups that make a lot of money. So is it like whatever BTS is making, you have to basically, will it be, you have to surpass BTS if you want to be considered for this, which is crazy. Now, here's the thing though. For fans and CEOs and stuff like that, do you think that they should be pro this enlistment? Because while, you know, BTS obviously is like huge and anomaly, etc., so them getting enlistment doesn't necessarily mean that there's going to be like a trickle down effect to other groups. But it does open the door to somebody in K-pop being able to be exempt for being really, really popular. So do you think that if they get enlisted, it will have a positive effect for other male K-pop artists that potentially want to try to, you know, use success in the K-pop field to get exempt? Or do you think it's literally an open and shut case where we're just letting BTS in and the rest of y'all hoes got to do something else because it's not happening for y'all?
The way that it's sounding, it sounds like just BTS. Until like I'm just not seeing anyone beating BTS anytime soon. And because of that, I'm like, just send them. I just don't know. I don't know what else to say. Just send them. Just get it over with. Because I think, like, this would only make sense if multiple people were doing it. Like, I feel like the Olympics, it makes sense because it's like, okay, like, it's like, I don't know, there's a clear-cut thing. You get a medal, you're good or whatever. This is like, what medal are you getting? Like, is it like, it's just like, I don't know. Multiple people in Korea have gotten, like, an Olympic medal. Not a lot of people have been doing what BTS is doing. It just seems just weird. I don't know.
I can definitely see what you're saying. So you think if they're able to establish a very concrete cutoff in, you know, that mirrors that, oh, if you get like an Olympic medal, then it would make like a lot more sense, or you could understand it more because it would be reproducible. Like other people could shoot for that goal.
Yeah.
I could see that's true. I mean, I think what is just kind of like makes it so topsy-turvy is that like this discussion literally started because BTS was so big and they were doing stuff so unprecedented. So literally, while like it you know, they're gonna have to amend something or whatever, it literally does seem like it's like, how do we get BTS exempt because they were killing it so hard? So it's interesting because I would think if it's going to be a member, it has to be something that's like, this is what you have to do. But it really does seem that this thing is very BTS centric. Now I will say, I do recall, I don't know how like government officially this was, but I remember ARMY got really, really mad back when like BTS and Big Hit were very hush hush on like whether they were actually interested in this, and it was more like the conversation happening around them with like different politicians and things like that, you know, using BTS as like a example of like why they should amend, you know, the military service thing. There was like some type of meeting where representatives of different big agencies, excluding Big Hit wasn't there, had met to kind of discuss this whole, you know, getting exempt for being like a popular or K-pop star, or being in like that kind of entertainment industry, and like, you know, promoting the Hallyu Wave and things like that. So my understanding, I don't know like if the politician was actually had any, that was kind of like the people that they were talking to, whatever, actually had any sway to have like amendment passed or whatever. But it does seem like if they're willing to talk to non-BTS people that are also in the entertainment industry about this possible exemption like amendment, then there at least, I'm thinking there at least has to be like some kind of, and when BTS gets exempt, we'll work on other people getting exempt as well. Like we'll just use BTS as a template. So I don't know. I feel like if I was a CEO that's interested in having my, you know, future boy groups exempt, I would be pro this. Because I feel like it just opens the door at least like a little, so you can be like, well, what if BTS got like, you know, why did they get like whatever, you know? You can at least like use it to complain to the government. Yeah. Let's see, I'm going to jump in the chat. Tiffany V says, what's up, Tiffany? I feel like they just keep purposely holding them back from enlisting because of the economic influence BTS has in Korea. Like they damn near begged BTS not to go back in June. My thing is like, BTS is like on hiatus. Like they're like, yeah, you know,
like that's another reason why I'm just like, just send it, because they're already doing their solo stuff. It's like, this is the perfect time to just be like, slowly everyone just goes away for the army. It's like not really impacting anything if they go to the army.
I thought it was interesting because when these discussions first started to happen, my thing was like, before like it was ever like in the realm of reality that BTS might be exempt, I remember being like, I feel like Big Hit is the most prepared like company for a group. Like they've probably been stockpiling videos, recordings, you know, virtual concerts, etc of BTS since their damn near birth, you know, to have because they've always been very like content here. I remember one of the times like during my like height of BTS standing, I got freaking fatigued because I was like, there's too much content, like I cannot consume it all. Like, and so I was like, I feel like this won't even be like an issue for Big Hit because they probably have enough content to make it feel like they're there for like those 2 years if they like all want to go together or something like that. So it's like, I feel like there's ways to like have BTS's presence even if they're not actually, you know, if they're in the military and they're not actually able to like be active and promote in that way. But yeah, very interesting. Leanne says, every time this gets brought up, there's backlash. So when it's like they wait a little while and are like, maybe this time we won't get so bad and the cycle continues. I do agree. They're like, y'all still mad? Anyway, here's this new thing. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure like a lot of people are just like, we love BTS, we want to give them a break or whatever, but yeah, it's kind of weird how that cycle goes. Andre says, just have them go. If any other male idol has to do it with all their success, then they all should go.
Like, I feel like this conversation should have happened a while ago when Big Bang and Super Junior were really big or something. Like, I feel like they were really big even internationally. And then EXO too. And then EAP for like 2 seconds. And then they disappeared. But like, I feel like there were like several groups that they could have like done a guinea pig like test or whatever. So then they were just like, and now we're just gonna wait for the biggest group ever, and then we're just gonna be confused on what to do. Like, it's just like there were so many groups that were just like near each other in time that were really popular, and I feel like they were the start of like a really big wave. But they just were like, no, you're just the beginning. Like nobody cares. And now that BTS is so big because of like the Hallyu wave just like getting bigger and bigger, it's like they don't know what to do.
That's true. To play devil's advocate, do you think it's a matter of nobody was inspired by anyone's success enough to feel like, because I don't think it was necessary, like I don't even think it was ARMY who started like this conversation that BTS shouldn't be enlist. Like I feel like it was just people being like, this is so crazy, unprecedented, and then it was like murmurs of like, are they really gonna go to the army? Like literally they've like pushed the Hallyu wave and things like that so far, like is it blah blah, like so was it like necessarily people like being like, oh, let's not even like worry about this, or people being like, oh well, they're like the Big Bangs and the Seulgis are famous, but you know obviously they're gonna go to the army like everyone else, to like people being like, this BTS success is so unprecedented that it'd be crazy for us to like not, like this is crazy. And also to the point you made, I do think, I feel like we always have this conversation when it comes to success of current gen or like third gen versus first and second gen. It's like a building block, like you said. So it's like BTS is like ARMY, don't come for me because I love BTS, but like obviously BTS's success and success of every big current group, don't get me wrong, I'm not just saying BTS, is a result of the building blocks that other groups laid. So you know it is, you do definitely, it's a situation from benefiting of your predecessors and being in the right place at the right time. But yeah,
like I agree with what you said, that it's like it could have been just being like, they're popular, not look into it. But like I feel like they should have. Like I don't think like they should have been like exempt or anything at that time, but maybe they should have been thinking about like maybe this is because it was getting bigger and bigger. I feel like it was obvious, so I think they could have like at least kept an eye on it, but I feel like they didn't keep an eye on it until like BTS came. And I get like BTS became like bigger than I feel like people expected, to be honest. I didn't expect that. But it's still like, I don't know, it was just like they weren't even bothering to think about K-pop people until BTS, and it's just like, that's just, I don't know. Now you care about the Hallyu wave.
It's hard though, because even when the first murmurs of BTS getting exempt, people are like, shut up. Like I remember that it wasn't all popular. So I feel like it's like, who was gonna stick their neck out for Big Bang? Who was gonna stick their neck out for Seulgi? And possibly in the process of sticking your neck out to be like, hey, these people have killed it so much, I feel like they should get exempt or something. Bring issues onto the group, because I remember when articles like that kept popping up, Big Hit and like BTS would have to make statements like, this is not us necessarily saying this, like we haven't had any discussions with anyone. You listen. Hindsight is 2020. But yeah,
it was like, no, this isn't us, as they're typing it up like how about BTS gets exempt?
They're like, Bong PD's like, I don't know, that BTS seems kind of. Andy says, just send them. To be honest, it will look on their good on part. It will look good on their part too. That is another really good point. That if they go despite being so popular and influential and like basically almost having the ability to not go, kind of, people will be like, wow, they just love the country so much, they're doing their duty. Like, iconic. Similarly though, if they're offered and they take it, I do wonder how that will be received.
Yeah, I think there will be definitely like a lot of people not happy.
Yeah.
I don't know about K-pop stars. I don't know how they'll feel, but I know that fans will.
Oh God. It will be World War 12. Honestly, ARMY is just going to hiding.
Be like it's like ARMY versus all of other K-pop like people. Like it's just like, and that could be head to head, like 1-to-1 with that. ARMY's usually so big, but like against the rest of the K-pop. Sorry, my mom is like making weird noises, and I'm like, "What is that?" Sorry, but I don't even know what I was saying. Just continue. I'm gonna close my door.
She feels very strongly about this, so she's like, "Let me get my 2 cents in."
I sound like a ghost. I'm like scared.
Oh wait, I'm gonna go back to this Andre comment. Andre says, but if we're going with that, no one is going to be as popular as BTS is now. Like, they're crossing their Western stream levels of popularity, and not just in Korea. Well, what's gonna have to happen is the next person's gonna have to be famous on Mars or Jupiter. We'll also take Venus. Because you just have to step it up. Like, I don't know. But yeah, it's a very vague measure. Tiffany V says, BTS never really had public support up from the moment they debuted up until they became big, and that was like around 2017. And they even got constant shit thrown at them. I will say, sorry, did you want to say something about that, Jess?
Oh. I thought they did have public support.
I feel like they were...
into what terms? Like, just like people like them? Or just in terms of...
I don't know. I would measure public support in my and this might be wrong, and this might be a bad way to measure it, but like, I think it's like, if a terrible, just like defaming article or like rumor or something can get passed around about you and nobody's there to check it, so it just catches on a wildfire, I feel like that's an instance of lack of public support. Or just, I guess, because like people are gonna be like, well, maybe it's true, but I feel like when you're well liked from the public, it's hard to get like really negative rumors spread about you where people will be like, you know, because people will be like, I don't think that's in their character or whatever. Because I do remember, as like a BTS fan, maybe like 2016 to like 2018 hardcore. I started like 2015-ish, but I wouldn't consider myself hardcore until 16. I remember just being like, dang, they're low-key out here fighting for their lives. Like, I was just like, because I was like, I could not go 2 articles without it being something like ridiculous and negative and stuff like that. Now, their behavior post that, when BTS was just like, they had enough fans and enough public support that it was undeniable that this is a popular, beloved group. Some of their fans' behavior was out of pocket. A lot of them maybe, you know, thinking it was justified because of what they did go through. A lot of them just being like, well, my faves are on top, so who's gonna check me, boo? But I do think there was like a point in time where it's just like, why y'all hate this? Like, what are y'all talking about? Like, it's very weird. But I think a lot of popular groups go through that era though too, with that.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, I feel like everyone has gotten through that. And I feel like that, I don't know if that's a public support thing though. It just seems like
a stan thing.
Yeah, like I don't know. You're finding the things that are bad.
That could be true. Yeah,
like, I feel like they were popular in 2017. Before that, like, otherwise they wouldn't be popular.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'd be like, I Need You was big, and that was like, what was that, 2014? 2014?
15.
Yeah, so I feel like for 2 years, I feel like they were pretty well liked in terms of like people. I don't know. They probably be haters, obviously.
Yeah, I would say I would kind of agree with Tiffany about that. And the thing is, it's hard because they have so many fans that it almost doesn't matter if like whether other people support them, because literally their fans will like get them whatever they want. But I think generally 2017 was when they went from like a really popular rising group to like, oh, this group is about to be like them girls, right? So like, I think anytime there's a shifting of the crown or a shifting of like the sentiment of like in the hierarchy, there's going to be a lot of people that just don't like don't mess with that. And so I definitely can like recall, and again, I feel like because I'm an army, I do have because I was a hardcore army and I was in the trenches back then, I do have my like, admittedly I'm probably pretty biased or whatever, but I do think that there was a lot of just like, anytime it was like a YouTube whatever or something, it would be like, oh, like the army at it again, like whatever, or BTS. Like I feel like because it was just like people did not like that shifting of the guard, in my opinion. But
it was not because of the shifting, was army here, all the time, BTS.
That's true. A lot of people did not like that.
That also,
yeah,
kind of weird.
Yeah, a lot of people. No, I definitely agree. A lot of people felt that the armies were shoving BTS down their throats, so that probably also rubbed people the wrong way as well. But yeah, Andy says if they go, people will be like humble patriotic kings, and people will say, well, why not our faves? And if they don't go, fans will be like, your faves can never. The impact, and other people will drag them. I agree. Yeah, it's just like, there's so many facets to this. Like literally them getting exempt or not is literally half the battle. Like half the mind game. It's like once they get exempt, then it's like, okay, but are you actually gonna take it? Are you gonna act upon it? So it could not be me.
Why just let them go? Think about it later.
Yeah.
After they go, then come up with something, and then
yeah,
take the hit from army or whatever because you're the government.
Imagine the government being scared of army. It's like, we don't want to get dragged on the TL. What do you mean?
Just move on.
Alright, and I will be, until further notice. Now I know that I'm a flop liar because I be retiring things and taking them out of retirement, but to further notice, I'm gonna retire this story until we get
next month when we hear.
I promise you I will not unretire, because this is just too much and they're giving us crumbs right now. I feel like they're leading us on, and
it's in December, so that's not next month, 2 months.
Oh yeah, that's true. All right, then I will see you in 2 months. A story about their enlistment. Jin, we out here for you. All right, so moving on. Now, once again, I'm embarrassed because I said I would never talk about this again, but to my defense, it's not necessarily the issue per se. It's more of a response to the issue, if not some closure to the issue. So I think it's okay for us to bring up the leaked Jennie Ruby Jane and Kim Taehyung pictures that have been circulating and have people speculating as to whether the pictures are true. So just a short summary, I basically already gave it. A month ago, 2 months ago, there was some user named Haribo Gummy Bears who had been leaking pictures, private pictures of Jennie, and in particular what caught people's eyes is that there were a couple pictures that had someone who looked like Jennie and someone who might have been V from BTS hugged up, kissed up, booed up, and so people are like, what's going on? And they kept dropping them and leaving trail crumbs, and it was really weird because nobody was making a statement either confirming or denying, or at least being like, we acknowledge these leaks. So people are like, what is the move here? What's the tea? But apparently YG is finally putting their foot down and kind of speaking up about it. So on October 3rd, YG released a statement announcing that the agency will be taking legal action, responding strongly against acts of defamation and the spread of false information. So the statement went, and I'll just read a couple excerpts. This is YG. We are revealing that we have officially requested the police to investigate the original distributor of Blackpink Jennie's personal photos. YG has been continuously monitoring the relevant content, and we submitted a complaint last September after collecting the information. In order to minimize further damage, YG has refrained from commenting and expressing our stance. However, the recent mass production of rumors, accusations, personal attacks, sexual harassment, and invasion of privacy sparked by the personal photos have been occurring indiscriminately, so we felt a sense of responsibility, making it difficult for us to overlook this any longer. Therefore, we want to reveal the facts of the legal action, and we want to correct the situation. So yeah, essentially they have acknowledged these leaks. They said, we finna throw you in jail, period. So, not to be a messy, because I know there's other pictures that were leaked, right? And a lot of them are a lot more, like, obviously these are intimate, these are pictures that we weren't meant to see, but a lot of them apparently were even more, like, you know, stuff that we shouldn't have seen or whatever. But is this confirmation? Because I know a lot of people are like, these are photoshopped. So is this then confirmation that they're acknowledging that the pictures are real, they are leaked, and
pictures, and then they also stole from Taehyun and photoshopped him.
Oh my god. Are you still for the Photoshop hype? You're still for
I'm just like confused on, like, if you're gonna say all this, just say that they're dating.
Really? You think that should have been like part of the thing or the follow-up?
Yeah, like, if both of them are saying this, like, just say that they're dating or have been on dates just to get it over with. Because, like, this is stupid. Sorry. The thing that it's like, this keeps going, and it's just like, you're just gonna vaguely talk about it and just press charges. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
To just not even like address that part.
I mean, it is really an awkward situation because while, you know, they have the right to privacy, they don't have to tell anyone anything. It's like, because of the pictures, people are going to assume and act accordingly anyway. So it's kind of like this weird, like, you know, Schrodinger's relationship or whatever. But at the same time, you know, if maybe it was like, Haribo gummy bears, we got the receipts, so you are going to jail, period. And it was more of just like, and for y'all that are kicking along with Haribo gummy bear in the chat, you're going to be seen as an accomplice. So you're going to be right there with the jail cell. Like, they might throw us in jail because we showed... What? They might throw us in jail because we showed the pictures.
Oh, gosh.
We're going to jail.
I don't control the pictures here. I was forced. I was forced to look at it. I tried to leave.
Jazz was an accomplice. Please, YG, please.
Lock me in the set.
The irony that YG should be in jail and then they throw us in jail at the end. Shaking my head. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad that they're taking legal action because it is messed up that they're leaking all these photos. And I'm sure when the photos were leaked, like, I definitely think YG and I guess Big Hit were playing it very, very cool. And YG has a history of playing it cool when things get, you know, released or outed, especially about their artists being in a relationship. But like, I would imagine under the like radar, they're probably freaking out because it's like, okay, who's gonna be the first, like, you know, reporter to ask about it? Who's like, how, like, what if us, like, Blackpink and BTS are at an end of the year award show and they have to stand next to each other? Do they have to avoid interactions because of this? I remember when Lisa and V were both invited to some fashion show in Paris, people were just like, is this how he's been exchanging letters with Jenny? Like, oh, like, analyze, like, all this stuff. So it's just like, now I have to be extra cautious because anything will give people like the ammo to be like, see, it's true. Yeah. I mean, they
could mention anything about Photoshop.
And they should have. They're like, please stop releasing this.
Yeah, just to confuse people. That's what I was gonna say. Like, they need to. They should have added that, like, possibly photoshopping or something. Just make it seem like, oh, wait, which ones are Photoshop? Are they all? They're just like, you know, if you really want to hide what the relationship is, that would have been the best way to do it.
That's low key so smart, because I was gonna say if people somehow prove that they're real, then they're gonna like, so not only were y'all dating, but y'all lied about it or whatever. But if you're like, some of them are real, some of them are not, it's up to you to decide. Bye, girls.
That's what the YG thing do, so it's like, okay.
That would be genius. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's crazy. That would be genius. So Andy says, jumping into chat, so overall with this Jenny V thing, it wasn't confirmed that they were dating or that the pics were fabricated real, but that their personal info was compromised. I mean, I think yeah, they definitely didn't confirm anything, but they said, yeah, and the way they even addressed it, where they said rumors, accusation, personal attack, sexual harassment. I guess invasion of privacy might be a allusion to like, this is real and you invaded their privacy by showing the personal pics. But like, you know, rumors, accusations, that could also be y'all accused them of dating, you guys spread rumors that they were dating, it's not necessarily real. So yeah, YG is giving us scraps as they do. Very yeah. Leanne says,
I would just say it.
Yeah, I mean, it would be cool in a very Idon Hyuna-esque moment just to be like, yeah, we're dating and you bitches can cry. I just feel like it would be more of a headache, because two huge pop stars, like, people aren't going to let them, like, they could never live normally, in the sense that like people will always be linking everything they do. And I definitely can see
they're already doing it.
That's true, but it's like, imagine a reporter being like, so Haribo Gummy Bear just released 2 more pictures of you and Taehyung and Jeju. Thoughts? Versus being able to say, so your boyfriend. Like, I feel like, one, you get looked at as like a flop TMZ Perez Hilton, like, annoying, you know, gossip, and the other is like, well, they're asking a genuine question about your boyfriend, but either way, you probably don't want to answer it because it's like personal life or whatever.
Which is why you said they went on dates.
Yeah.
Are they still dating? Nobody knows. It's like the Kaien's anything, where they're just like, they're dating, but then it was just like, no, we went on a couple of dates and you ruined it. And now we're broken up. So it was like 5 dates or something.
Oh god. Daisy says, didn't the leaker dare YG to sue? Well, if you get what you asked for, that was bold.
Wait, what?
Dare?
What? I'm sorry. This person's not very smart.
I was gonna say, unless you're just drowning in money, why would you even? Andre says, I really hope this whole thing turns out that they were just friends, because all the hoopla is exhausting. That would be so iconic if it was just like, literally, we were hanging out, y'all are doing too much, and that was it.
It would be even funny if she had like a whole bunch of other pictures and there's other people with them.
Oh my god.
They're only taking pictures that they took together or something. Like, I can see that happening.
That'd be iconic.
Photoshop the other people.
Oh my god.
It wasn't of them, it was the other people.
That would be psychotic. I remember, who was it, Florence Pug and that guy who was in Boulder Dash or whatever, Bandersnatch, Will Poultier or whatever. Yeah. They had gone out to like, I don't know, like some kind of resort, and people like, you know, TMZ and paparazzi posted the pictures and were like, oh, is this a new item? And then I think it was Florence, she went to her Instagram and posted like the pics that they took of the like thing, and it was like, what the media fails to realize is that we were there with like a bunch of friends that were literally in the shots in the background and stuff like that. These were purposely curated photos to make it look like it was just us two. So maybe next time, check your facts. Imagine if that was like what's happening here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I know.
1990, he would have been like, I guess. Is it a scandal?
That's so true. Tiffany said, I thought Haribo Gummy Bear wasn't in Korea. Isn't that why Haribo Gummy Bear said that they can if they want to, but they oh my god, Haribo's playing 4D chess.
Wasn't he Korean anyway?
He's lying. To throw him off the chat.
IP address. In Germany or something.
their NordVPN subscription runs out, so there's like a month.
He's like scrambling. I know. He's actually a government official.
Oh no, he's the government official that's deciding BTS enlistment. He's like, take that. Yeah. So overall, if you want to make, a donation, I don't even know, to Haribo Gummy Bears Legal Defense Fund, by all means, donate to Free Haribo.
Oh my god.
Oh god. But yeah, overall, I'm re-retiring this. I don't care if I've retired it 43 times.
I said this last week and I'm going to say it again. It's going to come back.
It's not! Because here's the thing. Haribo's going to jail. We know that they're never going to confirm it. And so there's not going to be any real updates. Even if Haribo releases more...
If he goes to jail or they go to jail, you know you're going to have to bring it up.
No, I won't. Haribo, your arrest will not be reported, will not be televised. All right, so moving on. So I am like torn right now because this is the first time I ever no, it's fine. I ever got a chance to talk about Rain on this channel, on this show, and it just has to be about him cheating on his wife. This is dark-sided, all right? So I don't know if you guys have been hearing this rumor, but Rain has been dragged into some cheating scandal, and also Jo Jun-suk, he's also in the scandal, but I'm going to focus on Rain because it's basically the same story for both of them, but I would like to show it through the lens of Rain because I love him and I stan. So essentially, the whole issue started when earlier this week, there was a magazine called Women's Sense. And so in this magazine, they had a, I guess, gossip column of the sorts where they stated that there is a rumor that a top star was cheating on his wife. So according to the rumor, the top star is known as the star of all stars for being top tier in singing, dancing, and acting and more. The rumor also claimed that the top star, who is married to a woman of renowned beauty and intelligence, was currently cheating on his wife with a pro golfer who they label as A. So if you guys don't know, Rain is married to Kim Tae-hee, who is an actress who's basically known for being one of the most beautiful Korean actresses of her time, if not all time. And so the thing is, it wasn't necessarily that this magazine was like, Rain, get your cheating ass out here. They had, given this like vague rumor mill, type thing. And then people started connecting the dots and they connected it to being Rain. So there was also, people were also saying that it might have been this Jo Jung-suk guy, Jo Jung-suk. I'm not sure if they were taking the same, it was one like blind item, and they were like, it's either Rain or Jo Jung-suk, or there was a separate one, and then they were like, okay, this one's Rain, this one's Jo Jung-suk. I couldn't find the original article translated, but Jo Jung-suk is married to Gummy, who is a singer and is also very beautiful. So essentially people started speculating who it was, and those were the two people that they were saying. People were saying nasty things. Why would you? Because, Kim Tae-hee is like, if Rain ever cheated on her ass, it's done. It's done for him. But both of their agencies did respond individually to the statement, with Rain's agency, Rain Company, saying, "We are aware of the rumors but chose not to respond because they were groundless, but the speculation started to turn into harassment and personal attacks, and with that we are going to take legal action against the spread." Now they also said, which I thought was really interesting, "We additionally contacted the media media outlet that first reported the rumor, along with the initials. So that was another thing that I couldn't find what initials they said the initials were, but there's also apparently initials with this blind item, which I think because Rain's real name is, I think, Jiju Hoon. So maybe it was like their initials started with, the J or something. But they said that they contacted the media outlet that first reported the rumor and asked if the mentioned celebrity is Rain, and they received confirmation that the mentioned initials do not refer to the artist Rain. So they're like, okay, hoes, who y'all talking about? And they're like, it ain't Rain. And they're like, okay, that's what I thought. Similarly, Jo Jung-suk's agency Jam Entertainment stated that the allegations are not about him, and they also said that he has never even met, let alone had a personal connection with any female golfer. So things even got messier, where not only were these guys being dragged, but they identified the potential female golfer in this story. Her name's Park Kyul, and she actually ended up posting on Instagram saying, "I'm speechless. I only saw him at a sponsorship event a few years ago. I don't even know his number." And I think this is in reference to Rain, not Jo Jung-suk. She was just really, really disappointed and thought that the whole statement was ridiculous. I don't even know how they narrowed it down to her, but I guess because she has this thing where she's considered really the Kim Tae-hee of the golf world or whatever, because she's very beautiful. So maybe people are like, oh, it must be somebody really beautiful. So here's the tea. Who do we think it is? Like, do we think this is real? I mean, apparently it's not either of these two, but do we think we know who this might be? I know 0 female Korean golfers. Look at a list. Right? All the top stars in Korea, list compiled database. But yeah, I just... I thought the same thing. Leanne says, what is with celebrity cheating news and rumors recently? Yeah, I was like, Rain better not be following Ned Flanders' footsteps. Oh no.
Stop calling him Ned Flanders. Spoiling his name.
Is that not his name?
It's Homer.
Oh, well, he knows. Yeah.
Flanders is a decent husband.
I'm sorry, this is such P Oppa, not you and the other guy cheating on Gummy. Not the other guy. Not Jo Jung-suk being whittled down to the other guy. Leanne said the magazine might as well have said Celebrity A is a name or may or may not rhyme with plain, whose wife is known for being a beauty. Yeah, honestly, that's why I thought it was a very smart step for them to be like, we talked to that crusty ass magazine and they told us verbatim that they were not talking to Rain, because had that not been the case, not that I think Rain is like a bad guy and is cheating or whatever, but I feel like people are gonna be like, well, there's no smoke without a fire, so you must have been doing something that made people want to say that this was you and this rumor. So that's what I was really worried about, whether he did it or not, whether he would be able to scrub off the stink of the rumor just by saying I didn't do it. If he didn't have any proof he didn't do it, which I don't even know what that means. Yeah. Lee Byung-hyun. His wife is Lee Min-jung. Wait, is that the guy, the Santa Claus, Santa? Or no, that's somebody else. There was like some guy. I don't want to say it because I think I'll get the facts. Yeah, it was like this guy that like cheated on his wife, but then also he was like buying his mistress's gifts and stuff. Wasn't that it was part of why what is it? Glam disbanded? Wasn't that? Or that was somebody else? Girls, I don't know. Oh yeah, it's Santa. Well, you fool me once, shame on you.
interesting name, Santa.
Okay, he was the guy involved in Big Hit's OG girl group Stanley. That's what I thought. Yeah. The fact that they got in trouble, not. I guess you can't get in trouble for adultery. I don't know if that's illegal.
Wait, who got in trouble?
Lee Byung Hyun, like committing adultery, like because I basically the glam girls got in trouble because all of them. I think it was two of them or one of their members, because one of them tried to use the relationship they were having with this guy to blackmail him, I guess, and so they got in trouble for that, but then he didn't get in trouble. And my thoughts is like, well, I guess
wait. He was the guy?
Lee Byung Hyun, am I pronouncing that right?
The actor?
Yeah,
was the guy that they were dating.
Yeah, is this wrong? Please, God, if I'm spouting lies, please let me know what.
I mean, he is like, I see that. I thought this was a joke when I looked up He's Santa. He came up, but I was like, it can't be him. That's weird. Anyway, what? Where was I when this was happening?
This is a bop ago.
What is this?
Okay, apparently he had an affair with both a model named Ji-yeon and Glams.he. So, okay, so in early 2015, Dispatch released some screenshots of Lee Byung Hun's chat with model Lee Ji-yeon. At the time, Lee Byung Hyun, why do I keep mispronouncing it? Lee Ji-yeon and Glams.he were involved in a blackmailing case. According to All Kpop, Dispatch also added some information about Lee Ji-yeon's and Da-hee meeting in some place. The three of them met with three others on July 1st, 2014. At first, Da-hee sat between Lee Ji-yeon and Byung-hyun, but then switched her seat due to his request. He asked for Lee Jung-hyun's phone number, but refused. Okay. 2 days later. Okay, I guess this is getting into like the blackmailing situation, but yeah, I guess through the test is confirmed that they did have like an affair. So yeah, wasn't his ass in Squid Game? There's no.
Sorry, I just looked her up and she's my age, and I'm like, what the heck? In 2016, I would never be. No, he's handsome, but not that handsome. Like nah.
Oh no! Oh, according to this, he would have just married Lee Min-jung just like the previous year.
Wait, what? He's okay.
His ass was in Squid Game.
Man,
right?
Is it?
Yeah.
He is.
Wait, let me make sure.
He is.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I still haven't watched it though. If you haven't noticed.
How dare!
It's still. I'm telling you, when the hype of the second season is like coming up, I will watch.
Liar!
I'll watch it all.
We don't need your lies. We don't need your lies. You never were going to, so don't try to act like.
I'm going to. I've been telling myself, like, I think that's what I need is the drive. People, talking about it again. No one's talking about it. So.
Oh God, that's literally crazy to do all this and people are being like, but we still love your ass. That's crazy. Yeah, maybe it was him. Once a cheater, maybe always a cheater. But I'm just happy that Rain was able to clear his name. We don't need any of that negative energy, following my faves. So, I'm retiring this story. Because Rain I'm just retiring all the stories today because I don't know.
I'm already retiring.
I'm already over. I was over it when I read the headline. All right, moving on. That was actually all the topics for today. So we're actually going to move into our comeback section. So one Miss Seulgi said, I don't need those other red velvet hoes. No, just kidding. But she has done the impossible, not the impossible, but you know, she has given her fans a treat by releasing a solo album and single 28 Reasons. Now, a lot of people have been anticipating a Seulgi solo for a while. Ever since her and one Miss Irene did their duo, people are like, okay, this is cute, but let's go one step further. Let's get Seulgi by herself. So a lot of people were excited. The teasers leading up to it, they were giving. She was giving. There was production, there was budget, you know, there was thought, there was a process. So we were really, really excited. So this week it finally dropped, and we want to know, guys, what did you think? Let's talk single. Let's talk single specifically. Jazz, as the... Oh my god. You heard it from Jazz. Jazz said it's a flop. No, I'm just kidding. Thoughts as the resident rebel of... Did you... Okay. Yeah, let's get into it. Everything you thought.
I thought I would like the music video more. Teasers, but I felt like I'm gonna be honest, I watched it once and then I probably should watch it again, but it just felt like it wasn't giving. I think I was just mad because I was like, I thought it was gonna have like this deep storyline or something, like it was gonna be like a music, but I felt like it was, so
yeah,
it wasn't for me. I mean, like, it still was nice. I liked it looked nice. It just, what I was expecting and what I got, which is two things. The song-wise, I liked it a lot. I haven't gotten to listen to the album.
Me either.
I added it to my playlist, but only one song came up, so I, haven't heard anything else. Yeah.
Y'all heard it first. The resident rebel love said meh. Actually, for once, wait. So it's more on the you like it song.
Music video is meh. Song I like. Yeah.
Okay. So
do you more than I like the music video?
Do you like it? Like, oh my god, she did that. Or is like, I'd listen to it again.
Don't expose me like this.
Rebels, get her!
I will listen to it again. I liked it. I thought, like, the whole time, I will say, like, I was watching it, I was thinking, like, wow, she could be, like, Boa. She was reminding me a lot of Boa.
Yes.
And I like, because I like Boa.
Mm-hmm. I literally put in my notes that this could literally be a Boa song, like early. I didn't put it in that notes. I took like extra notes because I listened to it again earlier today. But yeah, like I was like, this is giving like, and that was one of the things that I really really liked. Like I know like early '90s Y2K is making like a comeback in different ways. Like I think Twice's style in Talk That Talk was very Y2K to me. Who else? I think it was dang it. What was that?
New Jeans?
Oh, New Jeans. Yeah, New Jeans is very like a more like lax Y2K. I think aespa has different inklings of like that super cyber Y2K type thing. But this interpretation of like, I don't even know, it's so cuspy. Like I would say exactly 2000s was like, it just sat so well for me. And like yeah, the like I could just sing Boa. I could also see it being a Chang'e song, but that's different. But in terms of like the nostalgia and the capturing that like very cool like, you know, early 2000s R&B artist vibe, I think she did it in a really good way that seemed like, yes, it was like very homage and definitely had this style and vibe of like early 2000s, but wasn't in like a tacky cheesy way. Like it also makes sense as a song released in 2022. So I thought like music wise, that was so well done, so catchy. I feel like I listened to it once and I already like the second time I was already like singing along with it. people are mentioning in the chat, her voice is just so good, and it takes a certain voice, like especially those verses where they're barely more than a whisper, to be able to like still pull somebody in. So I was like, and first of all, Miss Seulgi chose violence when she said, "I kiss your brother." Ma'am, calm down. Who are you trying to fight? That's fighting words. But yeah, I was just like that, like very, like from the moment it captured you. I will agree, I wish there was more plot wise for the music video. That necessary, aside from like some of the looks that I thought were really nice, that necessarily didn't pull me. But I will say, I watched the live performance. I think it was the first live performance she did, I forget where it was, and I was like, the choreo like is really good. Let's just stick with like choreo. Like I can't wait to see like a full choreo video, because to me that is like the highlight. Again, it's very like, we're gonna go like this and then we're gonna go like this, which I think is very reminiscent of early 2000 choreography. But again, it looks really, really cool because she's such a precise dancer. She looks really, really cool. Now I will say, not to call you out, Sul, but that was giving lip sync. It was a lip sync, but we'll let it slide because we already paid our dues here. We know you can sing, girl. But it was, I really enjoyed it. Like, I think it's such a like cool song, and it was so perfect for her too, because she just has like such a cool, chill vibe. So, but yeah, Boa and Taemin vibes. Interesting. Didn't they do that drip drop? Well, they didn't do it together, but Seulgi was like the female voice in that drip drop song by Taemin.
Was she?
I might have made that up, maybe. Can you guys confirm? Wasn't she the female voice in Drip Drop? I think it's called Drip. Is it called Drip? I'm really liking that song, but yeah, I can definitely see the Taemin vibes.
Tell me. Okay, I think my computer's listening to me, because literally I put drip, and the first thing that was there was drip drop Taemin Seulgi. Like, sir, what? What are you doing?
The fact that it's the whole search.
Yeah, like I just typed in drip. Stop.
This is why I'm throwing away my cell phone and disc. I'm pulling off the grid. This is too much. Not the official song, but they might have performed together. Maybe. Yeah, that.
They did perform it together.
Okay, that's what I thought. I think they. Okay. Andy says, "I kiss your brother, Seulgi, please. You deserve better." Not your brother catching strays.
No.
Oh god, probably my favorite solo out of all the members. Who's gone solo before? I know Joy.
Wendy?
Oh yeah, she has. Okay.
It was like when this came out and I downloaded Seulgi's album, I was like, you know what? I'm a fake stan. I did not listen to like I thought it was nice, but then I was like, I didn't even check out the album. I was like, ballad?
Yeah.
But then I was like, you know what? I feel bad, so I added it to my playlist. And one of her songs came on, and I was like, she's serving vocals. I just neglected Wendy so hard.
Mm-hmm. That's the curse, I feel like, of being the main vocalist or the person that's known for singing. I feel like when it comes to solo time, people are just like, so ballad, right? You're gonna do a ballad. Like, yeah, ballads. And then like, it's like your voice is great, but I'm sorry, it takes a certain ballad for me to like hype and like re-listen to, and even then I might like it but not listen to that much because I'm not really moved for a ballad. So like it automatically kind of gets a skip for me. Like I try to give it a chance, but I just know I'm not partial to ballads at all. So like you can be like my fave, my best, like one of the singers I like the best, but if you're gonna come with ballads galore, but I get it because they want to be able to show off the person's vocals, and you can often do that with a ballad, so it's like sucks.
When I was listening to the one song that I heard, she was kind of reminding me of Luna, and I was like, she should have done something, or her next one should be.
Yeah.
I think she pulled that off very well.
Mm-hmm. She
more hyped up or something.
Definitely. True. Also, hi, Ali. So, YouTube, Susan's trying to play with the notifications. Shaking my head. I thought you were better with Twitch when it came to that. Roly Princess says, I'm the same way with ballads, too. Yeah. Like...
I couldn't even list what Suho's old trends debut song was.
Sorry.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
It's a ballad. That's all I have for you.
Like, what they should do is, like, you can stick the ballad on there, but don't make it the lead single. Because then that sets the tone, and I feel like it's about to be a snooze fest.
Unless you're in... I feel like Chen's into ballads, so I'm like, I
Godspeed, Chen.
When he does covers, it's always a ballad. Like on his YouTube channel, it's always ballads. So that's what he wants. So.
Remember when there's that EXO 2019 XX whatever, that show with NT, and so they all got they all got solos, and it was like they would release the video, and if the video hit a certain view count in a certain amount of time.
Back to this. You always bring this up, and it makes me so sad.
That's because EXO, y'all are fake. That was my first inkling. Basically, what happened is that each of the members got like individual like videos, that the music videos and songs that they would make and sing. So they were, after the episode aired, where they would like create the video, they would then put the video out on YouTube, and then the thing was, if it reached a certain amount of views in like 1 or 2 days or whatever, they would release it behind the scenes. Tell me why Chen was the only person who didn't get a behind the scenes video. Because the fake XOLs in 2014 weren't here for Chen. Fake.
You know what the problem was?
What?
NCT. And I love NCT now, but back then when they were just SM rookies, I was like, get off my show. That is supposed to be EXO.
Oh my god. You know what? You're one of those fans. You remember when NCT came and people are like, don't fall for this XOL. They just want NCT. They keep smashing them together because they are over like promoting and putting effort into EXO, and they want to migrate all the EXO fans, XOL, to NCT. So like, don't like fight the urge because it's them trying to suck our boys dry. Jasmine, that's what you did. You migrated to NCT. Shake my head.
But you know, they're the only ones doing stuff, so like, you know what I got. They make good music too, so it's like, you know.
True.
It's not bad.
True. Alright guys, so as all of the songs we talk about on here, we have to make a definitive decision. Is 28 Reasons by Rain and Jo Jung Suk, 28 Reasons by one Miss Seulgi, 29 Reasons by one Miss Seulgi, a flop or a bop? This will literally determine her future. I have released the poll. Go ahead and vote. If you want to stuff the ballots, make sure to call your aunties, so they can vote as well. Jasmine voted flop. No, I was just kidding. It just says yours. Everyone else is anonymous, but your vote gets exposed.
No one flop when I didn't even vote. And it says 0%.
Google voted for you. They're like, we got this.
We're listening. We know what.
Imagine. Oh, all right, guys. Do not let Seulgi flop. What's going on? I actually don't even know what the whole. Oh yeah.
Literally 100%. Am I blind? You're fighting a non-existing battle. I'm so confused.
I'm like crying. I'm like, please don't let it flop. Who did that? Expose yourself. Please don't vote it flop. Please, my kids. Think of our kids. No.
They're compelling.
No. Oh god. Alright, so I'm going to end the poll here. According to the chat, listen, Revel Loves, I have no bearing over this. Just kidding. It was voted a bop. Seulgi can hold her head high, knowing that no matter what happens this promotional cycle, it was voted a bop on the Sleepy Idol, which makes it basically a Grammy award-winning song. She should get Army exemption. Oh wait, she doesn't have to go. But
we're gonna send you to Army just so we can not send you. How about that? Just to show you what you are.
Imagine if that was the criteria. You had to be voted a bop on the Sleepy Idol and you could get exams. Imagine how many bribes we would get.
I think we'd be rich.
Yeah.
Just to say Bob.
Oh, why are we in jail?
Because we're trying to sell ourselves out.
Listen, everything has a price. I'm just being realistic. All right, guys. So this is the portion of the podcast where we turn it over to y'all. What things have you been listening to and keeping an eye out on the internet, K-pop or otherwise? We want to know. Jazz, should we start with you?
I listened because I was like trying to figure out who came back this week because I out of the loop. I only knew Seulgi, but Stray Kids came back, and I don't listen to Stray Kids, but I was like, let me try.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually liked their song. It's called something. So I don't remember what it's called. Case something. Oh, it's right here. I just looked it up. 143.
Case 143. That's what it's called.
Yeah, because 143's like "I Love You" or something.
Oh.
So I was like, it's a pretty nice song. I like the chorus, but yeah, and the music video is pretty interesting too. Like they did like a part. They have like a part in the music video where it's like they come out of the screen basically and like rewind the video. Like it looks like they're rewinding it back to a certain point of the video, and then it continues. It's like pretty interesting. I like it was just a very visually pleasing.
Okay, I'll check it out. I also, sorry to the strays, but I've never really listened to Stray Kids at all. I don't even think I've ever watched like a music video. So, but if you're saying that it's good, I'll check it out. Seems like a really cool concept.
I was like, I should just try it out because like I don't listen to them either. So
yeah, I'm definitely trying to try new like music and things. And like if I see a music video, I'm like, who knows? This might be my new favorite song if I just give it a try. So yeah. Also thank you Andy and Leanne for the reminder. If you guys haven't and you're having a good time, go ahead and hit that like button just to show me that you're loving it, you're having fun at the Sleepy Idol. It's very, very helpful. But yes, thank you guys for that. EXID came back. Not sure how I feel about the song, but they all look good. Yes, we actually talked about that last. And I think we gave it a bop, right? I don't think actually, no, I remember reviewing it. We didn't vote. I, for some reason, completely skipped over voting for it. So
it was just a bop. Okay.
It was a clear bop. We didn't need to vote. But yes, I quite liked it. And just seeing them promote, I saw their Dingo medley video, and they just looked like they were having a blast. So it's nice. Also, speaking of EXID, did you hear the news about how they were able to purchase the rights to their name? So they were on Weekly. Yeah, they were on Weekly Idol, and they mentioned that they own the rights to their name, and that like right now they run the group like a company with all of them having different roles, like like literally like marketing, promoting, blah blah, like that kind of thing. Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's really, first of all, amazing, because we know that we've, there's been groups in the past that had problems with that. Obviously, like Beast being one of them, that had to change their whole last name or whatever because greedy ass Cube. But yeah, I thought that was really cool that they were able to, just I don't, what company were they? Anyway, like I don't know, but. Leanne says this is slightly old, but Wiki Miki's Yu Jong solo came out. I've been meaning to watch that. I'm such a flop stan because I'm a Wiki Meekite. That's not the name of it.
Ew. Which one? Yu Jung's the one. She was in. What's it called? Produce, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to check that out. I always loved her. She was one of my faves. Woo Hyun has now left Woo Lim. Yeah.
He's the last one, I think.
The end of an era.
Yeah.
Now, are they one of the groups that's like, even though they're not together, they're together, or no?
I don't know. I thought they were, but I was reading comments on when he, like, the Reddit post of him leaving, and people were like, well, hopefully they can take their name and make the group again. And I'm like, are they not? Is Willem not letting them be a group? I didn't look into it.
I feel like Woolim would seem the type. I actually don't know. Yeah, hopefully.
I don't know if he does.
It's like, what will you do with, I guess, like, sell old merch or something like that. But it's like, what are you going to do with it if the group's not even functioning under your company? That's so greedy. Andre also says, Sun Ye and Yubin did a mini Wonder Girls reunion mashup thing. I saw that. Yeah, it was very cute. I love when we...
Wait, was that a while ago or was that recent?
It was recent. It was on... What was the... It was on some show, but I don't know what it was. Because I just saw the clip out of context. Sun Mi and I think Sun Ye.
Oh, okay.
Did it? Is it the same show? Because it was on that show that Sun Ye was on where she was trying to put together a girl group. Andy says, been listening to NCT and BP's recent albums and some Taemin myself. That's the two shorties, one Cabbage Patch Kid, right? That...
Two baddies, one Porsche. Come on. It's in the dance.
I thought that was genuinely the song title. Listen,
the fake title now. It's already an interesting title in itself. So.
You're like, no disrespecting NCT 27, not on my watch. Surprisingly, I haven't listened to BP's album yet either. It's just that I'm so addicted to listening to, like, doing first listens in my car now because it's unprecedented. Yeah.
And I like adding it to my playlist because then it just pops up randomly, and then I'll be like, oh, okay, yo, this sounds good, and then I'll keep it in my playlist or not.
Yeah. Were they under banana culture? I'm probably wrong. I saw somebody say that, like, their previous company is, like, non-existent, so maybe that's why it's easier for them to, like, get the rights and stuff, because it's like, what are y'all gonna do? Absolutely nothing. But I guess it is.
Banana culture's not anymore?
I don't think so. That sounds familiar. I'm like trying to rack my brain as if like I can't just like Google it, but I think so. I remember something like that happening. Andy says Two Hearts Delicious came on. Huh?
2020.
They disbanded? I mean they...
Yeah, it's defunct in 2020.
Yikes. But yeah, Two Hearts...
Sorry.
No worries. I forget how that song sounded, so that's very helpful. You know what song I really liked? Infinite D. What was it called? That song they did with
the rapper.
What was the one where it was like they made that nigga ups a 10 and then the man a nigga ups. They made that song Zion T.
I'm gonna be very honest. I don't think I listened to Infinite H's songs. So.
Well, we'll just let me retire you real quick. Let me see if I can bring it up.
Yeah, it was Infinite H.
Okay, yeah, that was my bop. But yeah, okay, they mainly do solo stuff, but they haven't done stuff in a group for a while. Interesting. I need to put it as a reminder. Break, as the resident Blink? Wait, you haven't listened to the new BP song? As the resident Blink, that's... That's a no. That's Everyone has to have like a resident like group. Like they have to be the resident. Oh no, NCT. Okay, Two Baddies Loop. Okay, cool. I was gonna say, have you listened to the album yet? The BT album. But yeah, you have to. Everyone's responsible for their faves. So like when your faves do something, I'll be like, front and center, explain. Bruh, Shutdown has been a repeat for me. I just even learned the rap. Good thing you weren't here when I think we voted it a flop. But honestly, I will say, came up on shuffle a couple times throughout the like week for me or whatever, and I was like, not as bad as like, still not my favorite, and especially with like out of Blackpink songs, not even probably top 5. But I feel like maybe it's not as an in your face song, but I don't hate it.
Oh yeah, I never thought it was terrible. It's a song.
Just like Dream's a Guy. It's a song. Oh god. But yeah, I'm loving the use of classical music in K-pop. Yeah, I love.
Oh, did you hear that they did Black Mamba? Like, you know how SM does they do the orchestra versions of songs? Like they did Feel My Rhythm. I think they I forgot what other song they did previously.
Two Baddies, One Push.
Oh gosh, just imagine. Like, higher and higher orchestra. Like they're all like working hard to try and keep up with this freaking song.
Two Baddies, One Push.
It's already weird that they did Black Mamba. I haven't listened to Black Mamba yet, and I'm like, how would that even work? I'm so confused.
I did hear that people were saying it was good. I heard about the video, but I didn't. Two Baddies, One Push. Imagine it like NCT's at the side going like this next to the oboe.
You're also singing?
They're like, two baddies. Suddenly they're all opera singers. Mark's like, two baddies.
Oh, no.
Alright, so I think we're actually gonna wrap up here. So y'all don't gotta go home, but you gotta get the hell out of here. We're giving last call, get those last shots in, get your last drink ordered from the bartender. Jazz, do you have anything you want to tell the people before we wrap up for the night?
If you love EXO, Xiumin actually got like everyone back together, except for Dio. They called him, but they had a 2-part series, like a YouTube 2-part series or whatever of like games together. So it was pretty nice seeing like even Chen was there. So it was like Chen, Sehun, Suho,
Luhan, Tao.
Justin.
His power!
SM Studio? Oh my god, you know for a fact the place would have been burned down. Like, what's happening?
But if anyone can do it, it's Xiumin. Luhan, listen, if y'all think Tay cookers are crazy, if you think they're enthusiastic, let me give y'all Shuhan circa 2014. Y'all ain't even know.
We were not as bad. What is it, Luhan or whatever?
Oh, Sehun. Yeah.
They were rabid, and then they would be like, Shuhan's not real, and it'd be like, come on. Like, none of it's really real, but like think about it. They're in a group together. Well, like, this is making sense. But anyway.
I didn't know that. It was a good series. I didn't even know that was a thing. Also, Dio, let me read you a bit, because how is Chen, who has 34 babies at home, able to make time to see his homeboys and, you know, kiki over some YouTube games, and yet your ass didn't show up? Think about it.
He was filming.
No. Cancel the filming because the boys are back in town. What do you mean?
Another thing is that I realized, like, they said their MBTI, so MTBI.
Oh, the personality test.
Yeah, the personality. Like they were talking about that. Tell me, what do you think Dio is? Do you think he's introverted or extroverted?
I think he's introverted, but the way you're explaining this makes me feel like he's extroverted.
Yeah, he said he was extroverted. And then Schumann said he was extroverted. The only person that said he was introverted was Kai. And I was like, hold up. My whole life has been a lie.
I was gonna say somebody's lying. Baekhyun's like, I'm introverted. Listen.
Probably is. I don't know.
Well, I know with introvert and extrovert, you know, a lot of people interpret it as like somebody who's like bouncing off the walls versus somebody who's like, but like I know one of the ways that I've seen it described that makes it a bit interesting and more complex is that it's where you get your energy from. So if you feel energized when you like hang out with your friends and you could like, you know, go all night and blah blah, then you're more of an extrovert. However, if like after you hang out with your friends you're like, okay, I need to recharge at home by myself, then I'm an introvert. Like that's where I feel most at peace and most like whatever. So maybe for all we know, even though like, you know, he always seems like he's annoyed with everyone, like he's like, oh, but you know, those are my homegirls. Yeah.
I don't want to be I look angry. That's just my face.
He's tsundere. But yeah. Dio is extroverted. I gotta watch how this came about. He's lying. He didn't even do the test. He was like,
He was just on the phone. He didn't even like provide proof. So like, I mean, no one did.
We need.
And then he was like out here like, I don't even know what I am. I've been told I am this. I feel like Sailor was just there to clown around. They even did like a dance challenge, like they did the brand like Schumann's song, the dance, like a TikTok for it.
Mm-hmm.
It was Kai, Sehun, and Schumann. And then Sehun did like 2 seconds of it, and he was just like, after that, it's like he didn't remember what the dance was.
We would have been fighting about Schumann.
He's just like here to just chill. Which is what I wanted. And suddenly, like, no, I'm here.
If I was Schumann, I'd be like, excuse me, I'm here to put y'all hosts to work, so you better learn the choreography. All right, go in the back room. I'll give you 45 minutes. You better come out here and do it cleanly.
45 minutes? That's great.
The show ends before he can even show. Leanne says, I mean, an introvert could be outgoing. They're just more energized. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. Speaking of sign, because we had 2 instances over last week. No, it might have been 2 weeks ago at this point, where people asked us about our signs. I decided to do the whole gambit and get the moon rising and.
Where'd you get this? Because I've been trying to find a place where I don't have to pay. Or did you pay?
I didn't pay. There was like a place. Now, I didn't pay, but they ask for some very personal information. Because, like, you need your, like, to get the full thing, you need your birthday. You need where you were born. And you need, the time. And I'm like, and the one site asked me for my name, too. And I'm like, why you gotta know that? Like, what? You gonna send me a card? Like, so I was like, okay, I've changed my name. But there are also, like, I'll see if I can find it in my search history and then send it over. Because yeah, there was one that like was like they had me do the full thing, and they're like, if you want the answers, give me $300. Bye. Like, I was like, that's not happening, and that's why I do that. But yeah, absolutely not. We are not paying for horoscopes out here, break. But yeah, I was like, this is really interesting. Some of it I was just like, oh yeah, that's me. Yeah, and the other ones were like, I don't know who this is, but it isn't this girl, so I don't know. Yeah. I've
been watching the TikToks of people being like, zodiac signs doing this, and I'll be like, no.
Yeah.
That's not what I would do. Nope. Although today I watched one where it was like, and the Taurus wanted to be like dead inside or something, and I was like, that is I'm identifying. He's like, I think like what the Taurus said was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go back to being dead inside again or something. And I was like,
guilty as charged. No, that was funny. Remember when me, you, and Dan were talking about like we were reading like we are so toxic. We were like reading like negative traits of each horoscope, and then it was like all the bad things was like yep, and then when it would say one good thing, Dan was like, no, I don't know about that. Like,
it's like, okay, so you want all the bad things?
okay, because I'm a Libra, so it'll be like, oh, Libras are indecisive, can't choose, you know, blah blah, and I'm like, yes, oh my god, so true. And then it'll be like, and Libras are very sociable and people like them. Like, absolutely not. Who's that? Who are you talking about? Shut up.
You know what? I think I'm the same. Like, you remember you showed me that video and they were like, Tauruses love to hug and affection, and I was like, no. And in my head, that's a bad thing, but I know in the real world that's like good. It's like, oh, you're affectionate, you're showing your love, but it's like, no, don't hug me.
Don't look in my direction. But yeah, after that guy came to our table at Ches Remy, and he was like, let me read your palm, ma'am. I was like, I gotta get on this horoscope thing because apparently it's a hot topic. He was like, let me seance you. I was like, what do you mean?
He was like, you're possessed.
I'm like, my head starts turning.
Wow.
Literally, we were at the Ratatouille, and he was literally just like, ma'am, may I look into your soul? And I'm like, I said, check, please. I don't know. I said, can I have another fork? I don't know how you related that to something else. Ooh, we have more Tauruses. Ooh, okay, Libra gang, come through, Allie. Yeah. I want to learn more about the other horoscopes because I feel like I just look at mine and then maybe people I know, but it would be really cool to be like, oh my god, you're a Capricorn, I'm sorry, or something like that. Like, just be really shady and annoying.
I only look at Libra because you said you're a Libra, and I look at Pisces because we have two friends that are Pisces.
Oh yeah. I think Jay's also a Libra, right?
I think isn't he not? Because he's at the end.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought.
I think he's like a Scorpio. Is that what it is? Or no, it's a Scorpio now.
No, Libra's now. Libra season. Mercury's in Gatorade. What is, everyone in chat, what is one thing you read about your sign that you were like, this is spot on, that you were like, okay, I believe in this because like this is spot on?
Stubborn.
Oh. I feel like that, okay, stubborn is like obviously like usually a negative thing, but I feel like that could be a good thing depending how you describe it. Like, some say stubborn, but I say headstrong or decisive in what they like think is right or what they want to do or whatever. And I feel like that's a good thing.
Could be.
I feel like for me, I remember there was one for Libra that was like, Libras love beautiful things and they sometimes let that like mask their judgment. And I was like, true.
Is that something you read?
Yeah.
Was that? Okay, I was like, I've heard this.
Now we were recycling stories. Yeah. And I was like, true and real. I love beautiful things. Aries. Ali says, I also want to look into it. I read we are about our goals and one track minded when it comes to our bag and our dreams. Hey! I want to read. I was gonna say I want to read that one.
Oh, I'm also lazy. I've heard that. Yeah, I'm very lazy. I'm lazy. I like how it's the opposite. I'm like, I'm the opposite of that. You expect me to have a goal. I have goals. I just don't reach for them.
You're like, okay.
Over there. I'll just sit over here and wait.
Move it a little bit closer, please. Break says Aries tend to be passionate, and I feel like that's right about me. What a beautiful like verb descriptor. Being passionate about something. That's so. Not that I don't think I'm ever passionate about something, but when I see somebody is passionate about something, I'm like, oh my god, that's so hot of you to be passionate. Like that's so like awesome of you. Like, I don't know, passion. Like, even if somebody's like, I'm passionate about this trash can, I'm like, dang, you really are about that trash can. I don't know.
I lack passion. I like everything.
Andy says Capricorns are defined as perfectionists. I relate to that. Ooh, but isn't perfectionism double-edged sword. Aquariuses like to think outside the box, and that's so me. Yeah, I definitely don't. All right, so I think we're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you everyone so much for hanging out at the Sleepy Idol. We will be back next week. Did I say anything? Oh, I'm gonna try to start streaming more. I know I've been dropping the ball, and I really wanted to stream a lot in October because I really wanted to do scary games. Unfortunately, I've just been exhausted lately, like exhausted and busy, in particular like this first week of October, because there are so many events I had to prepare for and get ready for. But you know, at the very least, I will always do the Sleepy Idol weekly. I'm gonna try to like find some time to stream on Twitch, and I also been really sick. I've been getting a lot of headaches this week too, so unfortunately, yeah, that's kind of all culminating.
So fluffy. Really 70. I think it's supposed to be like 50 tomorrow.
Yeah, oh my god, insane. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you had a good time. So like I said, you don't gotta go home, you just gotta get the heck out of here. Don't worry, there's a bar that you guys can move the party to down the street. Take a left on 35th and Crenshaw, but if you pass the firehouse, then you've gone too far. Double back, go into the sewer, swim for at least 3 miles, and then there will be a mailbox there. Open the mailbox, there'll be a key. Go past the mailbox, there'll be a ladder. Climb up the ladder, but don't climb the full way. Stop halfway, jump off, do a backflip back into the sewage water. Swim to the bottom, and there'll be a alcove that you can go into, and that is where the bar is. But yes.
Did they move?
break your neck, go into no, just kidding. But anyway, thank you guys so much. Have a nice day. Oh, and see you next time on the Sleepy. Sleepy.
Okay, wait. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
The Sleepy Idol. So on and bye everyone.